Okay, so the first journal I have here is just my everyday regular writing journal. This is what I use to mainly write at home, and I'll really just write about my late night thoughts, my everyday thoughts. A few times I will write my recipes down, and I do have a page where I did write just some quick work for school for my math class. I also write down a few to-do lists, and mostly what I write is just about my day, whether it be happy or sad. I really do think it's good to just start writing every little thing about your day, especially if you're just starting off to journal, because once you write about little things like, oh, I went to the bookstore today and I got this book and I got that book and I really wanted this book but I couldn't get it. Because once you start with those little things, the words will just continue to flow and you'll be able to write a lot more. I also have a few ideas written down from prompts that I saw online. It's always good to get a creative mindset just to kind of jot those ideas down whenever you can. I also don't have to worry about how my writing looks because I know this journal is just for me and only I'll see it. So if you have nice writing, then that's great, but me personally, I have quite messy writing, and that's great too because there's no correct way to write in your journal. It's however you want, and that's what makes it nice and personal. Now, if you're anything like me, then you know that it can be quite difficult to get your emotions out. I know I can never talk about my emotions, whether it's with friends or family or even with my boyfriend. It's always easier to me to bottle things up and to just keep quiet, but that is not a good thing, so please don't do that. When I started journaling, I realized it helped me relieve stress and it really helped me release my emotions, and instead of bottling things up, I was able to just write everything down. Journaling was like talking to a friend with no judgment and no comments back. You can say absolutely anything and it'll just be for you and your eyes only, if you'd like. I believe when you're writing down your emotions, you're finally admitting to yourself what you're feeling. Actually seeing things written down on a piece of paper and maybe even rereading over it is what makes it feel real. Everyone journals differently. There's no technically right or wrong way to journal. I personally have different journals that I write in. I have a junk journal, an art journal, I have a little mini travel journal, and I have just my regular big journal. When I started journaling, I found it difficult to try to really get into it and to do it as much as I can. I was also super focused on making my journal look good, but as much as you want to make it look aesthetically pleasing, it's easier to just write whatever, do whatever. It's okay if it looks messy because that's when it looks more real and vulnerable, which I believe is what an emotional writing journal should be. As time goes on and you journal more, you get more out of your comfort zone, and I'll admit it can take quite a lot. When just starting out, it can take a lot to build that connection with your journal, but once you do it more and that connection gets stronger, you can start being more personal with it. Now, being personal can mean different things to everyone, so it's up to you to decide what personal things to write about or how much personal it can get. While being consistent is quite important, that doesn't mean you need to write every single day. If you miss one day or a few days, then that's okay, as long as you know that it's important to not give up and to keep going and trying. If you're committed to writing maybe once a month, then that's okay, as long as you try your best to start making it a habit. Maybe slowly write twice a month or once a week. If you're making that commitment more consistent, then you're completely doing it, and you should be proud of yourself. A good thing to do when you're first starting to journal or are simply not sure what to write about is you can look up different prompts and questions to answer. I'll list a few here just to kind of get it going. First we have, what are your favorite songs right now? What types of playlists do you have and what songs are on them? What are some recipes you love? What's on your wish list? What's your next goal and why? What was your last achievement? How did you do it, and how did it make you feel to accomplish it? Let's now talk about the different journals that I own. So first we have the journal that I am currently writing in and that I have been writing in this whole video. The next journal I have is my junk journal. I love having a junk journal around because I like collecting little things for when I go out. It could be a cute napkin or just keeping a receipt for the memory. I glue them down in my journal, and this is the journal that I do try to make look aesthetically pleasing just because when I look back on the different pages, I feel really happy. And I get filled with joy seeing all the memories that have passed. My other journal that I own is my art journal, and now this one's pretty simple. It's basically just a sketchbook. In here I basically just draw whatever I want. I'll usually draw just traditionally with pencil, but I'll also add in a few marker drawings. I have a painting drawing in there. It's all quite simple, and that's just to get my creativity really out there. And finally, I just have my mini portable journal. I just take this journal with me in my smaller purse. I'll always have it with me when I go out just because you never know when a nice thought will spark. It's just a nice journal to keep around because sometimes I'll hear a song that my boyfriend's playing and I really like it and I just want to jot it down to have it for later. Journaling can be difficult to get into, and I understand some people just kind of lack the motivation to continuously write every day. But again, you don't need to write every day. You don't need to punish yourself if you don't write one day. Journaling is just gonna always be there for when you're ready to write and you're ready to get your emotions down and to keep control of your emotions. It's more important that you are writing stuff down, whether it be something simple just about your day or whether it be something a lot more deep and in thought. It's important to write it down, no matter how messy, no matter how junky it looks. Journaling honestly really helped me open up and be able to express my emotions better, even with other people and not just in my journal. If you're watching this video or have been looking into actually just getting started on journaling, I'd say go for it. All you really need is something to write with and something to write on. It's as simple as that. My final little bits of advice is to 1. Make it a habit. 2. Try to keep your journal close by so when you are feeling ready to write, it's just gonna be there for you. 3. Be honest when you're journaling. Write your true emotions and how you're really feeling. 4. Make it fun. You don't have to journal, and don't make it feel like it's an obligation to journal. Journaling is so much better when you know that you have the freedom to do whatever you choose. Now keep in mind, I am no professional. I'm just a girl who loves to journal, which is why I started and is why I'm sharing with you all my thoughts on journaling. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope some of you do start journaling. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment what more you want to see.